Hello everybody, time for another video. Welcome back. Welcome to the pomoly stove hut. First time I'm using this, not going to lie, was a bit of a fiddle to set it up, but now I know it goes together. I'm sure I'll be fine next time. Got the stove in that end. As you can see, we've got a guest coming up tonight. My brother-in-law Gary is going to come up, spend the night up here with us, just as a bit of a catch up. We don't really get to see a lot of each other, and probably have a couple of beers. Got my bed set up, got the one tiger sleeping bag. Use that one fairly frequently, as you know. My little pillow all put in there, so I'm all set. The front has got a lift on it. It's got a canopy that opens up, which battens down in the event that it's really windy. It's quite windy. We've got a storm Otto passing by the weekend. It's not that bad at the moment, but I'm sure it will pick up as the night goes on. Fingers crossed, no rain at the moment. This tent actually has got a bit of a bad rap online. I've read mixed reviews, 50-50, that they leak, that they don't leak. This is the newer one. So fingers crossed, if it does rain, we don't get no leakage. If we do, I will let you know. So yeah, we're going to have a really good night, cook some good food. Stick with us. I'm going to go and get some logs in. So that's all the wood all processed up. I hope I've got enough for tonight, because I'm going to be using the stove for cooking for heaters. My guest hasn't arrived yet, but I'm not too worried because it's only about 3:30, so I'll give him a little bit longer. So as I say, it's the first time sleeping in this pomoly hot tent, so give it a go. Right, so my special guest has arrived now. This is my brother-in-law Gary. We're just sitting in here now having a couple of drinks until it's time to light the stove. Can't wait to light the stove actually. And just admiring all the views out there.
Hear any more noises?
Yeah, same noise as earlier.
That's something squealing, isn't it?
Do you know what makes me think? You might have wild boar.
It's a nice sign.
You hear that they've want to introduce buffaloes and
Yeah, they have already.
into the southeast.
They have at Blean, at Wildwood. They already have, but they're all corralled into a massive 30-40 acre.
Yeah, they're going to start putting them over here.
I've seen digging and foraging around, but they're badgers. Because wild boar, you can't mistake them.
No,
They make
a mess.
every area they go into every night.
And the trees.
is devastated.
Yeah, the trees are all.
And I ain't seen no sign of that.
No. It's like normally the
Definitely
trees.
badgers. Definitely badgers.
Yeah, they cause a mess anyway. obviously
Yeah,
there's a
it's
lot
bit
more of them.
It's a bit more organised, the badgers.
And by the power of video, it's morning, but we're a couple of days down the line now, sorry. I've kept this channel very dry, but we did have a few too many beers in the stove hut, and I didn't film a lot straight after dinner, so hence why it ended on the stove. We had a lovely night there, brilliant tent, lots of room in it. Bit of a finick to set up, bit of fiddly to set up, but once it was set up, it was good. Faultless, really. Didn't give it a great test on the weather front. We had a bit of wind and a bit of a drizzle, but the weather's up and down here in the UK. It's like a fiddler's elbow. It's up and down like a fiddler's elbow. So I will take it out on a proper test when we've got some torrential rain. I'll make sure that I keep my eye on the forecast, and even if I have to do it on a school night, run out, set it up, and see how it fares. But at the moment, fingers crossed, I'm pleased with it. We're back in that woodland where all that strange stuff happened to me. So a good few miles down the road. For any of you that haven't seen that video, I've done a big cat special where I stayed here. It's a hot spot for big cat sightings in the UK. Just to see what I could find. I was expecting to turn up, go for a nightly walk with a big high-powered torch, shine it around, and maybe get some eye shine, see some footprints in the soft mud, or some animal bones, anything. But the opposite happened to me. I got a bit spooked out. I thought it might have been a homeless person, because it was just the way the noises were going around the wood. It was just too intelligent, banging on trees and whatnot. But if it was, they had a really good laugh at my expense, because I haven't never had anything like that happen to me before. Anyway, if you haven't seen that video, go and have a look at it. But for everyone that has seen it, I'm back here because I managed to get permission off Chris, the landowner. He said that I'm okay to come in here and do my bushcrafting as well. So obviously I didn't gauge how big the wood actually was. I've camped similar places the other side, but never actually in this massive fold of wood. It's huge, it's like 80 acres. I'm just off the ride of the wood. There is a man-made ride through it, but it is strictly private. There should be no one else in here. Got my hydration bladder and a bit of gear on my back. So the plan is now, I'm going to make this the last part of this video, but to knock on for the next video. Seeing as it's springtime now, we've done quite a lot of, well, nearly spring. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. We've had a lot of tents and tarps and all the rest of it that I've done videos so far. So I'm going to do some natural shelter stuff now. The next few months I'm going to do 24-hour natural shelter missions, and I'm going to be coming out with, sometimes I'm going to have a bit more gear, but a lot of the time I'm going to bring out minimal gear, show everyone what I use on sort of living out of a backpack. Not got the use of the quad in here, and all the rest of it. So we're here. I'm going to try and get some closure and find out what went on that night. If it happens again, it might have been a one-off, I don't know, but it should be interesting anyway. If we don't find anything or any explanation, we'll do some good bushcraft anyway. If you're new to the channel and you like all this sort of thing, please feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, just watch it anyway, it's a free country. But yeah, what a beautiful place. Let me just show you in the daylight, 'cause last time I got here really late. This probably doesn't do it justice at all. This is back out into the ride. And that ride goes all the way up through there, spans the whole 83 acres or whatever it is. Just round it up to 80, but yeah. So yeah, sorry it might be a bit of a different ending to what everyone was expecting, but we're still in the woods and you know what's going to be going on next time. So yeah, stay with us, keep your eyes out for this next video, because I assure you, you'll really love it. Have a good night, day, evening, whatever it may be for you. I'll see you next time.